So without further ado, I now hand over to our Corporate Services Director, Mrs. Kathy Adman, to lead us in prayer.
Thank you, Mr. Powell. Let us bow our heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, we are grateful one more time for life. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity today to come together in this way and to share what is such a valuable part of what we do in the ministry and to allow persons to have even greater access to the services that we provide. We invite your presence in our midst, and we pray that you would bless us, that you would bless everything that is done today, and that your name will be glorified. And in the end, all will be done to help the citizens of our country, in Jesus' name.
Thank you, Mrs. Adman. And just to move the program along, we'll now hand over straight to our Justice Minister, Delroy Chuck, who will bring greetings at this moment. Minister.
It is truly a very important moment for us that we are again launching this website. A website is extremely important for an entity like the Ministry of Justice. Many of you know you can go on many websites. You can go on Google, Amazon, and you get a host, a reservoir of information. We hope that this website will be the site that justices of the peace, the general public who seek information on justice can log on to and get all the information that they need. You are aware that I want to bring justice to every nook and cranny across Jamaica. But persons should also be able to communicate with us. This website allows persons to communicate with us. It also allows you to know the numbers and addresses of all the different services that we offer across the island. We now have 20 restorative justice centers. They share many sites with the other services provided by the Ministry of Justice, such as child diversion and victim services. But then we also have victim services offices separately from the justice centers. All of these offices have numbers and addresses, and therefore any citizen of Jamaica should be able to easily find the numbers and addresses of these areas where they need services. In addition, the citizens of Jamaica require information such as who are their custodies, where the GPs are in their parishes. And on this website, we hope to have updated lists of justices of the peace so that any citizen of Jamaica can visit the website and be able to contact a justice of the peace who may be in their communities. It is also important that information relating to justice services should be easily available to our citizens, and not only to our citizens, but to the diaspora and generally to anyone across the world, because we now live in a technological age and we can communicate with anyone, anywhere on earth. So persons in Australia, Canada, or the Falkland Islands, once they're on the internet, should be able to communicate with us. These are major technological improvements, and the Ministry of Justice intend to be a part of the worldwide network so that we can make ourselves available for comments, criticisms, and also to get information as is required. We hope on this website to put as much information as possible, but persons who utilize the website, if you see ways and means that we can improve it, please let us know. We will be constantly upgrading the website. We will constantly put information as it relates to the justice service, but more so in relation to government services or how to contact or to seek other government services will be available. So today marks a very important step in the information age and for the Ministry of Justice. And I want to thank the team here at the Ministry of Justice who have put it together and ensure that we can move forward. And this website will be not only be attractive, but it will compare favorably with any website anywhere across the world. So thank you very much. And I wish you the content to listen. Significant information will be coming, but I must apologize because I have to move on to another engagement before I get to Parliament at 2. So thanks again.
Thank you very much, Minister. And we do understand your busy schedule that you have before you. So it is now on to our Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Grace Ann Stewart McFarlane, to give you a lot more meat of the matter. Yes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the external launch of our website. On behalf of the Ministry of Justice, I am pleased to share our recently redesigned website with you and your wider network of friends, families, colleagues, and communities. The MOJ's website is at www.moj.gov.jm, and it is here to serve you all. The user-friendly website is part of the ministry's continuous improvement efforts at digital transformation. It is aimed at meeting your expectations and responding to your justice-related needs. While the new website features being presented today are part of our ever-changing digital landscape, the real focus is on the value which the website brings to you, our treasured stakeholders. As you navigate the website, be sure to explore the frequently asked questions or FAQ content on our alternative justice services, commonly referred to as AJS. You may need details about our AJS services, so be sure to download brochures, leaflets, and posters on child diversion, restorative justice, and victim services. Why not save these for future references or network sharing? Many of you are among the 40,000 website visitors who have already used it for career possibilities, or you may have used it to identify the leadership team and agencies associated with the Ministry of Justice. You may also have explored the well-populated search engine on the laws of Jamaica or gained access to the government of Jamaica's email addresses now being used by our justices of the peace. We encourage you to continue using these very popular areas of our website. The redesigned Ministry of Justice's website is inviting you to a multi-sensory and multimedia enriched experience. For instance, you may choose to experience the interactive photo gallery in our media center with events, highlights featuring our local and international partners. You may refer to the audiovisual experience provided by a series of explainer videos on our expungement services and a dramatization video on our restorative justice services. You will most certainly be captivated by the movements, sound effects, and character animation used by the Victim Services Division to visually communicate sensitive and oftentimes complex topics to our younger stakeholders. Immerse yourselves in these experiences starting today. Here at the Ministry of Justice, we continue to learn from best practices as we explore and implement innovative and impactful ways to reach you. A chatbot has become almost commonplace today. It is widely used as an artificially intelligence-driven customer service strategy. However, it is still considered an evolving technology. Our website has integrated a version 1 chatbot in an effort to provide you with quick responses to your queries. The chatbot will be subjected to the same rigor of continuous monitoring and improvement which we normally exercise with our other digital transformation efforts. We invite you to test our chatbot, to exercise patience where needed, and do not hesitate to share your feedback with us. Finally, some of you may be asking yourselves, how do I find any of MOJ's 4 social media platforms? The website may be considered your direct social media gateway, since you may gain access by simply clicking on the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube icons, which are strategically placed on the website's homepage. Of course, those of you who have been engaging in our platforms would already be familiar with using the MOJ official JM social media handle to visit 3 of our platforms, or you may have used the other at Ministry of Justice Jamaica handle for our YouTube platform. Let me end by thanking you, our stakeholders, for your participation today. I also wish to thank the entire MOJ staff, and in particular, the corporate communication and public relations team, as well as the information, communication, and technology team for the tireless efforts towards launching this redesigned digital asset, which belongs to all Jamaicans. To our external stakeholders, we say, get online now at www.moj.gov.jm and explore. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Permanent Secretary Grace and Student McFarlane. As you would have heard, a lot of important things coming out of the PS address as it relates to this redesigned website that we have been working pretty long on, and the time now is here. This is the opportunity that you can get. If you have questions, if you have suggestions, recommendations, it is very important. We welcome it wholeheartedly for you to pass on this information to us in any way we can help. Or if you have recommendations, suggestions, it's fine. We'll take them on board. But bear in mind, one of the key issues of a website, it will allow you to spend less time on the phone, meaning that you don't have to spend all of that credit and use up the technology. Very important. Now we move quickly into the very significant and important aspect of the redesigned website, where we will showcase how it will actually work and this new feature. This will now be undertaken by one of our members, Ms. Vilma Gregory. She's our communication consultant in association with one of our MIS team member. Yes, so Vilma, Omari.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much, Rohan. You actually got my name right, so clap him, everybody. This is Omari Taylor, the genius programmer behind the website from the Information and Communication Technology branch. So I think he deserves a round of applause. All right, as Omari brings up the website, I'm going to be showing some of the features that PS Stuart McFarlane so eloquently shared with you just now. And we're going to start with the photo gallery in the media center. What we have tried to do, as the PS just said, was to go beyond just giving you textual information, but try to really deal with, you know, we have different learning and different ways to impart information. Everybody, not necessarily visual. Some people prefer the audio. Some people prefer movement and so on. So we have tried to respond to the variety of preferences and requests. So we're going to start with the photo gallery, which is in the media center. And what we have done is to use the events that we have been delivering in terms of Justice Fair, Justice of Peace, Justice of the Peace Commissioning, and so on. If you go there, you'll see a variety of images. And so you can scroll through to get an idea of the types of things that we do in terms of our efforts to share what it is that we are offering to the public. Now, Omar, you could go on the one for launch of SOJUS, which we did with our Canadian international partners as well as the UNDP. So what it means is that we have just put in the visuals there for you to get a sense of what it is we're doing here at the Ministries a lot, may I say so. And once you scan through the particular images, you'll get an idea of what it is we're doing, but you can do that on your own, of course. So I'm going to invite you to go to the homepage, which is probably where I should have started. However, I think most people would have seen the homepage before. But when you go there, what we have done is to just simply make it what we call a responsive site, meaning that it should work on your mobile, on your tablet, on your desktop. If it's not working, we need to know. Anyhow, so if you scroll down, Omari highlighted the services so that, because based on I came in 9 months ago, but prior to that, the ministry would have done its due diligence and found out that people want to know what the services are, where to go, and so on. And if you scroll below services, you'll see the next popular area, which would be the laws of Jamaica. But I wanted us to spend a little time on the services section because these are the things that the PS spoke about in terms of the features. And so if you click on services, Omari, and we go to say child diversion, what we have allowed visitors to do is to download leaflets, brochures, posters, and so on. What it means is that you might go to the website now, download. If you scroll down, Omari, you will see the leaflet. Let's use the leaflet as an example. Right. So when you have this leaflet, if you're on your phone, you download, you can save. It stays there even if you don't save anyway, if you're in WhatsApp. And you can then share it, even when you're not, when you're offline, you can look at it, and when you're online, you can share it. So what it means is that we're trying to expand the accessibility and the reach and the way in which we can communicate our services to anybody, anywhere. So the downloadable feature is really there to empower you in terms of sharing the information. And needless to say, we're working towards a paperless society. So the ministry is part of that journey. All right, staying in services, let us look at the restorative justice, which is the next one. And the same applies here. I think he just looked at a leaflet. Here we have a poster. And that poster is one that is pretty engaging. We could click on it. And so it means that we have a series of leaflets, brochures, posters, and you could look at them. So all of that printing, we're hoping that we'll be able to minimize while simultaneously expanding on the reach of the justice services. Okay, let's look at something else more exciting than that. So expungement. So people like videos, and with the videos, a whole series of explainer videos would have been uploaded to YouTube. And what we have done is to embed these videos onto the website pages so that it becomes a kind of integrated immersive experience. If you scroll down and click on the video, right, you can watch the video on the web page itself, or you might choose to go to YouTube, which we'll do in a minute. So we have videos, of course, my audio I think is off, so you can just be, sorry. Right, so that whole explainer series for expungement, if you go to the YouTube, you'll see, I think, 4 or 5 days here, and really see what the process is and what the eligibility and so on. So we have tried, as I said, to also bring in from the YouTube some of the more important service videos so that it's easier for people to navigate. And finally, or almost penultimately, if we go to victim services, the animations, these animations predated the redesign of the website. However, they are really long lasting in terms of their impact. So if you click on victim services, Right. So if you click on victim services, you'll find, if you scroll down, right, we actually put up one, conflict resolution. So you can click on that one, please. But again, using the same navigation process, you can bring up the animation on the web page, or you can go straight to YouTube and watch. There are actually 8 of them, and they are excellent, if I may say so. I found them 5, 9, 10 months ago, and I found them really engaging. And it's not necessarily for a youth audience. It's really just the concepts being told using dramatization and so on. So this is an investment that I think the Ministry of Justice deserves an applause for. That is your cue now to go. That is Omari's cue to go back to the homepage. So in general, what I've tried to show, hopefully not in a long-winded way, is the facility to go beyond text in terms of the experience of the website, but also to use the multimedia elements of graphics, audio, video, animation, so that the experience is a lot richer than the traditional one. In addition, our justices of the peace and laws, which I just spoke about, what it means is that we have put a whole window there where you can see the government of Jamaica email addresses, all that campaign. The website supports that campaign. So you can go and get that information and download. And similarly for the laws, which is my last focus, the database engine behind the laws, that's really very robust. In other words, you can put in any law and it will do the search. However, it takes time for that to be updated. So we are working on it. If you don't find the law you have in mind, we're working on it. But do send us the reminder because it does take time. But as it is now, it is actually quite impressive. So you can put in something. Oh, which one? Anything, okay. All right, so Javon, our acting director, is very familiar with the thousands of documents in this database. So he wants you to really navigate, explore, and use it for the value that it represents. So we would have looked at all the multimedia features, the laws, and just now we looked at the JPs. And I think, is there anything else we could end with, Omari, before we go to the other thing? Yeah. So I think essentially our website tries to tell the story of what we do here at the ministry. You can go and look at the About Us in terms of our admin staff, led by PS Stuart McFarlane, and really the entire senior management team. Also, you can look at our services, but of course you might be doing queries in terms of the justices of the peace and the laws. But we want you, while you're doing it, to enjoy it and that it becomes a nice experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vilma. Well, after seeing the demonstration, it has now emerged and become very clear that the website will go a far way in helping to promote both the work of the Ministry of Justice and all of the other services that we have to offer. We're imploring our audience, custodians, JPs, other stakeholders who are currently online, to please spread the word how important this website is. It's very important that we do this because this will limit somewhat it will save on time for sure. And there's another very important feature. If you don't have the opportunity to get, if there's a problem where you might be trying to get online and it fails, there's always a live agent. Am I correct, Vilma? A live agent, meaning someone physically who will be able to answer all your questions, maybe not at the same time, but we'll take the information that you have and we'll surely get back to you. If you don't get that information, feel free to email us. Our customer service department will take your question and then we'll get back to you. So ladies and gentlemen, it was a good day. It was a rich day. We have shared information with you. It is now left for you to take it on board and circulate as wide as possible this information of this very important tool that we have just presented to you. Thank you very much for participating. And now we'll just do a little, what we'll call a demonstration, just to give you an indication how it will really work in real time and live time. Yes? Ready?
Thanks, Rohan. I should admit that I didn't hear what you just said. Anyhow, I assume this is the moment. All right, so the PS has kindly agreed to come and unveil the chatbot that she has not yet seen. Imagine how courageous that is, right, PS? So.
That is correct.
Okay, PS. So, all right, sorry, hold on. So I'll bring up the, Omari, guide me, I'll bring up the actual screen, start the chat, right. So let's bring it up to the menu. And the PS is gonna give me a question. I'm gonna put it in the chat box and then we'll see.
Okay. Let's see. So Vilma, how do I become a facilitator?
Okay, let's type that in. Well, we only have one type of facilitator. If it doesn't answer, I'll try RJ. So we're looking, guess what it says? It says we should, they're not seeing my screen, Omari. Oh, there? Oh, it's just my glasses. Okay. So what comes up would be the application form. Let's see, PS, if it's really the RJ. But you see, the only facilitator I know about here is the RJ. So let's hope. So what it means is, trap yourself, Omari. Magic, magic, magic. So what it means is that the chatbot is basically there to respond to your queries in a much faster way, rather than navigating all the pages of the website. And ladies and gentlemen, the PS said it. It is an evolving technology, so it is subject to. So those of you who use ChatGPT and all those other things, we know that accuracy is not always 100%, but it is a facility to save the time that is important. And I believe the other demo that Omari, you will do with the PS is a live agent. You're gonna do that one? No, you're not gonna do that one? Okay. All right, so thank you so much, PS. Let's hear it for PS Stuart McFarlane and the courage she had to come and stand beside us. The courage and belief in her team that we'll do something that actually worked. So essentially, there are two aspects to the chatbot. It's the facility that PS just demonstrated to put in a query and get the response. And then the other one, which we are not demonstrating today because we had competing demands, is the ability now, when the chatbot does not respond adequately to our query, you will then be able to go to a live agent from Wendy Bourne's customer service coordinator from her side. And she has the knowledge base there. She is the epitome of customer service, right, madam? So basically, we are going to be able now to say the chatbot hasn't given me an adequate, satisfactory response. Let us now go straight to the live agent. So that is it. Thank you so very much. I think, Mr. MC, it's you, John.
Thank you very much, PS. Thank you very much, Vilma. So for persons who are online, the email address for the customer service department is customer.service@moj.gov.jm. That's customer.service@moj.gov.jm. With the little time that we have, we can take a few questions. Anybody who might have a quick question about the chatbot and its features, or the website itself and its features. In the meantime, we can take a question internally. Mr. Levi. Case sensitive. And then, okay, 1 minute, I'll have Vilma answer that question.
Thanks so much. You anticipated our next updates, so which will be on 3 levels. We'll be having forms that you can actually, you'll be able to fill in exactly what you said online and submit that to a database, which we can query and do more reports. But from your side as a user, it means you won't have to print it and bring it in and so on. So that's actually an excellent question in terms of where we're going next. There are some other updates, but I'll share them in time. Oh, so I might as well stay with you. Any other questions?
Anybody online? Any questions from our stakeholders, custodians, justices of the peace? The JPs of, so we're getting some kudos.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
Hello,
good afternoon.
my name is Mary Clark. I was looking on your services, and and this is an international law student who asked me how deportees are treated and processed in Jamaica. What programs do we have for deportees? Do you have that under your services? But you weren't hearing me.
But could you just repeat the question?
An international law student wanted information on how deportees are processed and treatment and services for deportees in Jamaica. Do you have that on your website, sir?
Thank you very much.
My name is Mary Clark.
Thank you, Ms. Clark, for that question. Just to give you that the update, the issue in itself falls under the portfolio of the Ministry of National Security. So it would be mns.gov.jm.
Okay, thank you very much. mns.gov.jm. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. And thanks for your question. Any other question? Okay.
Hello, good day.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, good day. Thank you for accepting the question. First, I must commend you on the website. Lovely. Terrandor JP. Is the website coded with tools that help our abled community? So somebody who is visually impaired, so that the text and the copy on the site can be read to them through their own program.
Right. I am beginning to wonder if we got set up. There are three things that we're going to be doing, and that's the second one. We refer to it as accessibility because of the very important aspect of what you just spoke about. So yes, we will be making the site ready for the visually impaired, hearing impaired, and we'll be using specific techniques, which we refer to in our techno world as accessibility tools. The ability that to see the image, so the image doesn't look the way it does now to the visual impaired. If you go now, you'll have challenges. So in the next quarter, which is the timeline we're working with, I invite you to go and look, and we'll be there. Thank you so much for that query.
Thank you again, Justice from St. Anne. As we continue to improve on our services here offered at the Ministry of Justice, just letting you know that most of the information that you would not have been privy to, for example, Vilma had explained the issue of we have been going across the Jamaica, the minister and his team, and we have covered almost 10 of the 40 parishes. We still have 4 parishes to go, and we have a justice here from St. Thomas who has come to us today, and we really, really appreciate for you to take the time out to be here with us. So just to pick up back, we have been to 10 parishes. The minister has embarked on a program to push the issue of the alternative justice services being offered by the ministry, and that includes mediation, expungement, child diversion, and restorative justice. Most Jamaicans should be or are well aware of the issues confronting students at the school, and we are trying to ensure that we can meet and try and speak to the students, speak to the teachers, the guidance counselors, to try and assist in any way we can to diffuse these tensions that we have right across Jamaica. We have another question here from, just scrolling down, a few minutes. Congratulations to the Technocrats. Thank you very much for that. The question is regarding the emails. You're saying that you have tried several times and it doesn't work. So I'm assuming that you're referring to the JP emails, and what should be done the way forward to get these emails address sorted out. It's my understanding now that we have been working on a specific project to deal with the emails. We are aware of the challenges and we do apologize, but we will get there. We are not yet there fully, but we're doing it by as my understanding from the team in working on that we're doing it parish by parish. So hopefully in time, we will be sorting out all the kinks related to that. If you are not getting through on your JP email, you could email directly to customer.service@moj.gov.jm, and we'll surely respond to you and correct that problem. Thank you for pointing out that to us. One thing, for those persons who may not have been able to see demonstration, we'll be hoping to put the demonstration online so that you can have the time and ease to go through it slowly by yourselves or with assistance, and from there now you'll get adjusted to this new project that we have been working on. So we know it's a very busy day and it's way into the afternoon. Some persons have other events and issues to deal with. So can the website send to our email?
Mr. Moderator?
Yes, go ahead. I'm hearing you. Your mic is open. Go ahead.
Mr. Moderator?
Yes, go ahead. Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead. Your mic is open.
This is Nicholas Sanchez, Justice of the Peace for the Parish of St. Catherine. I just have two quick questions because I'm a newly minted justice as at November. What is the position of the ministry updating its website for the new justices? And also, there has been situations where documents would have been signed by new justices that were not accepted by entities.
Okay, the first question, we are currently in that, we're currently dealing with that in terms of updating. If you have not yet seen your name or the name of your fellow justices, you could send that in. You could call the office or you can email us at customer service and they'll put you on to the relevant department. The other question, no, I'm not quite clear. When you're saying they're not accepting documents, just provide me with a little bit more information on our clarity.
A fellow justice of mine who, a colleague of mine who actually did a reference verification for an individual for a financial institution was rejected. And that's just one of the many cases that can be referenced to.
Okay, I know there has been precedent in that regard. What my understanding, and it has happened before and it has been corrected, if that problem should persist or it continues, you could just touch base or ask the institution to touch base directly with the office that is in charge of, under the jurisdiction that the JPs fall under, and they will take care of that in terms of confirming, clarifying any issues that may come up as it relates to the documents. We have all the information, so we can also double check on that.
I mean, I thought...
Or much easier, directly to the custos. The custos has all the information under their wings, and I'm sure, and I can speak for them, that they will gladly do anything to try and clarify, confirm, as it relates to the documents. The custodies, they have been a wealth of information and they have been doing a lot in that regard in trying to ensure that some of these issues of concern that confront the JPs, they deal with it as soon as it comes to their attention.
Okay. But I would encourage the ministry to update its website, especially because we know that individuals might need to access JPs, whether locally or internationally, for whatever reason, and they tend to go to the ministry's website as their first go-to.
No, your point is taken on board. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Sanchez. For customer service in the chat. Yes, we'll put the email in the chat. Just a reminder, customer.service@moj.gov.jm. We will be putting it in momentarily. So custodians and others, I will now quickly move the program forward, and we'll have now our vote of thanks for our Director of Corporate Communication and Public Relations, Ms. Sharian Palmer, to take us out.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, those in the conference room and those online. The pleasure is now mine to thank you for joining us and for your contribution towards today's successful launch of the ministry's redesigned website. Access to justice has been our mantra, and today's launch signifies our continued commitment to remaining accessible to our clients. Thank you to our chairperson, Mr. Powell, Mr. Rohan Powell, for leading us through today's agenda. To Mrs. Kathy Chambers-Adman, thank you for inviting the presence of the Lord to guide this session. This indeed has been a very blessed event. To our Minister of Justice, the Honorable Delroy Chuck, who has been at the helm supporting and lobbying for us to get the resources needed to make this sector a first-class one. Thank you, sir. Today's launch is one step closer to that aspiration. Thank you also to our Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Grayson Stewart McFarlane, who ever so often stresses the importance of the ministry providing the public with quality customer service. P.S. We thank you for your tremendous encouragement throughout the process. I also use this opportunity to thank the teams that worked assiduously on this project, and I speak of the Information and Communication Technology branch, led now by Mr. Javon Hofstede, and as well to our software engineer, Mr. Omari Taylor. Thank you, and I must also mention the team's former director, Mr. Keroy Campbell, as well as Mr. Mr. Jean-Paul Howell, who helped to lay the foundation for this website. Thank you also to my team, the Corporate Communication and Public Relations branch, and especially to Ms. Vilma Gregory, who has spearheaded this initiative on behalf of the branch. Commendation as well to the customer service team led by Ms. Wendy Bourne that provided valuable feedback throughout the redesign process. I must also acknowledge our various units, branches, and departments across the ministry that provided us with the information to populate the website. And without you, today's event would not be possible. So thank you. As mentioned earlier, what we have launched today is version 1 of our website. And as we continue to assess the information needs of our clients, further updates will be made and additional features will be included. We therefore welcome your feedback on how this website can best serve you. In closing, it is said that information is the most valuable commodity in today's world. With information, people can become empowered and make sound decisions. It is envisioned that with this new website, more Jamaicans will learn about the varied services across the ministry and where applicable, make use of them. And JP's Online, we're depending on you to help us to spread the word about this new website. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and have a good afternoon.